All right, what's up, everyone? I am Brandon, and this is Ryan,
Hey guys.
and this is Brandon and Ryan Game Talk. It's a new show that we're doing. This is the first episode, obviously, so that format's going to be new, and we'll get used to it and get better at it as we go on. So, you can be in the chat if you want. Otherwise, this will be on YouTube later. We're going to be live every Sunday, twitch.tv/AlairdBrandon, and then hopefully the next day on YouTube. That's going to be a new thing for both of us. So, we'll do that. We're gonna go through like game news from the week and then kind of what we've been playing. That's our plan this week. So the biggest stories I'm sure you saw have been all of the delays
Yeah.
that have hit this week. All the big ones: Final Fantasy VII Remake from March 3rd to April 10th. So not terrible.
Yeah.
I'm most excited about that game, so I'm happy that didn't get delayed that hard.
That's all you.
You don't really like Final Fantasy,
No,
right?
never tried.
Have you? Okay, I was like, you bought Final Fantasy 15 at some point, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I went into it, but
Did you ever play it?
Didn't stick with me. I tried. I always tried.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I have any I could lend you that are. Oh, I have them all digitally, so I can't lend you shit.
Yeah.
Next one, Avengers got delayed May 15th to September 4th.
It all makes sense though. That makes sense to me, especially like that hand in hand with Cyberpunk. The consoles are coming out in fall. Why not push it?
Well, and so much like I'm excited for Avengers, but also it looked like it could not be good.
I was actually just talking to someone else about the Avengers game.
Yeah.
And how I'm not that excited.
Yeah. To be honest. It's one of those where it's like, I'm gonna wait. I want it to be good, especially because the multiplayer is supposed to be like Destiny-esque, where you have your hero and they're endlessly adding quests and missions and shit like that, which I'm all about because I love superheroes and like you do too. And if we can co-op as like fucking Iron Man and Thor and shit and level up, I want a game where I can grind like that.
Don't say Thor. You know I wouldn't be Thor. You know, like, you know.
Well, I might be Thor Black too.
Widow.
Yeah, that's true.
You know me. But
yeah, you're gonna keep adding heroes. You're not gonna be Hawkeye?
No, probably not. Okay. Like, so my one question though, actually about Avengers, are they basing the characters in the game off of the movie characters or the comic book characters? I can't tell.
It seems like they want to go comic characters, but make it look like the movie.
Okay.
Like the look is like knockoff MCU.
That's kind of how I felt. It's part of the reason I don't think I'm that excited because it just didn't look crisp enough yet. For that kind of.
It almost looked like an old E3 demo. I heard something on a Kind of Funny podcast this last week where they talked about how it looked. What is it? Like an old E3 demo where the game's they're not actually playing the game. They're playing a vertical slice that they developed. That's not actually the game, which is kind of what it looked like. It made me think of the old Watch Dogs demo from years ago that looked amazing, and then the game itself was like fine.
I'll try not to judge it too much yet.
Yeah, so we'll see. I can try the beta. We can try it on PlayStation Plus for free, I think, whenever the fuck that launches.
Yeah,
now.
I'll probably do that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah, same. But then Cyberpunk. Big delay. Everyone's stoked for Cyberpunk. April 16th to September 17th. So a solid fucking 5-month delay on Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Which honestly I'm fine with because Final Fantasy is like would have been 2 weeks before that. And I don't want to rush through Final Fantasy 7, even though I probably will.
Yeah. That was like the only big one I was looking forward to this spring. You know, I didn't really have anything lined up and no, it's delayed.
Yeah. See, but then it's like they said they have no plans for next gen. So like PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. To release a next gen version of it.
Okay.
At least not right away. But is it still going to play better? So it's like it comes out in September. New consoles are going to come out in November. So do I wait 2 months?
I personally
to play it
think
with an SSD, so load times are just better and it looks better.
I'm probably going to wait.
I want to too. I think.
You know,
we got to wait till we hear more about the new consoles because we haven't heard shit.
Yeah, we've heard more about Xbox, it seems, than PlayStation.
Yeah, and like there's been those Wired articles about the PlayStation having the SSD and like ray tracing, and they're shooting for 4K, 60 frames, and all that.
But, well, so you know my memory can be awful. Sony dropped out of the E3 last year, right?
Right.
And I think that there's a whole plan. I think they have a plan with all their announcements for their console because Xbox seems to be pretty regularly kind of like showing things off and talking about things, and Sony seems to be pretty hush hush still. And I think they're just biding their time. And
yeah, they're gonna have a blowout video presentation at some point. For PS4, they did it in the February beforehand, but all they really announced were like the specs and stuff, which is what they've already announced through the articles. So I don't know if they're gonna wait a little longer or if we're gonna get something in February. I don't know.
I hope so.
I want to know. It's exciting because we don't know shit, and in like 6 months we'll know everything.
Yeah, I'm all Sony too. Like, I mean, I play both, but
Well, and with
PlayStation's-
Xbox, it's like we can play games on Xbox, our One S and your One X
Yeah.
for at least a couple years before a beefy exclusive will be only on the new one.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to try Halo, but I can try that on my now Xbox, which is fine,
rough.
which is what they want. But
Yeah.
they
Rough
just
for
want
me,
you to buy
though.
those games.
Like the new consoles, I just got the One X.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, everyone, Taco Bell, thank you, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
My One X. It is real. Does happen.
Yes, people do win the box codes. The best part about it is the Taco Bell noise that it makes.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely
amazing.
great. Scares my dog every time.
That's good stuff. The next delay, not as big for us. Iron Man VR got delayed a couple months, February 28th to May 15th for PSVR exclusively. I'm excited for it. I don't have a VR though, and it's like I've heard good things, and I love Iron Man, but I don't have a VR to play it.
Do you think the VR is going to be a big thing with the PS5?
I think it will. They're not going to launch a new headset right away, but like
Yeah.
the current PSVR headset is going to work with PlayStation 5, they've
Okay.
said. It's like you can, and it's backwards compatible with PS4 games and stuff, so you can play all of them. But I'm still kind of waiting for a new headset to get
Mhm.
like a more wireless one, because I've heard it's cumbersome with like the cords and
Yeah.
shit, and the
Yeah,
screen
I've seen
quality
that.
is not great on the PSVR one specifically. So they're like, I don't even know if they're 1080 screens or if it's like a 720. It's not that great. I've heard it's fun and it's easy and it's cheap. Like you can get a PSVR for like $200 as opposed to every other headset that's like $800. I kind of want a Quest, but then I can't play all these PSVR games, so I can't play like Iron Man and all these other ones that have been amazing. So
one day I'll get around to it.
Yeah. That's all I have for delays. So do you have anything else to say about that?
Not really.
Delays up the ass. These were all like this week.
Yeah, I know, and I kept like it all pops up. I get like notifications about gaming news, and I just it bums me out a little bit. But like Animal Crossing's coming out still on time, which I've never played. But everyone says it's great, so at least I have that to look forward to.
I think you'll like Animal Crossing. So.
Yeah, I'll try. But yeah, no. As far as delays, I mean, it is what it is. I think it's going to be good though, especially like the bigger ones. Avengers, Cyberpunk. Might as well wait, get it closer to the new consoles.
Right.
More people will be involved. So.
Yeah, exactly. And like Avengers is the one I'm most worried about, so I'm happy that got delayed. Actually, I was reading some stuff about, because some people are like, "Oh, it'll help the devs not have to crunch as much." And then I read an article on Kotaku by Jason Schreier, who's an awesome journalist. It basically just extends the crunch, so now they're crunching for 6 more months.
Yeah.
So it's not actually better for the devs, but that's what it is.
It'll be fine.
So that's all. Oh, I do have more news, but we'll stop quick and check chat. Oh yeah, Benny23 asked if Avengers is going to be like Ultimate Alliance. It's not. Have you played Ultimate Alliance at all?
I dabbled. Another one that I gave it my best. I couldn't get into it.
Ultimate Alliance 3, I had issues playing a bunch. I know a lot of people loved it. I still have it, but the old ones I loved. But this Avengers, as far as I know, is more of a third-person action RPG, whereas Ultimate Alliance is like a top-down isometric Diablo-style beat-em-up, almost. Yeah. Not as in-depth as Diablo, but you're still going to be gearing out your character and leveling up, but not. That's where the similarities end, for the most part.
Yeah.
So, next big news that I picked out was the Pokemon expansions.
Already bought it, pre-ordered, ready to go.
I didn't buy them yet, but I'm excited for them. That was one of those, they announced the Pokemon Direct where I'm like, I don't know what they're going to be talking about, what they're going to do, if they're going to announce another version already, which would be weird, where they're going to announce Let's Go games of like Gold and Silver.
Which is actually one of my talking points that I thought of, like, along with this, I thought the same thing. I've been saying it for a while. If they're going to do, instead of like a third game on Sword and Shield, they're not going to do the third. They're obviously doing the DLC.
Yeah.
But the in between years, are they going to do
Pokemon gun?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there is a gun in the new DLC.
That's true. Yeah, Inteleon's,
which is weird.
Gigantamax.
Yeah, I can't believe people are up in arms about giving.
But Genesect has the huge cannon and shoots that laser cannon.
Like, when you look into what Pokemon are, like we won't get into it, but it's the least of the worries.
Right.
But yeah, I did. I already pre-ordered it. I'm obviously ready to go. That's my number one.
The expansion sounds sweet. Just to get some details, if nobody knows what's up, the Isle of Armor is the first expansion. It's $30 for both. You can't buy them separately, right? You have to buy both.
Yeah.
They're version exclusive though, so you have to buy the Sword expansion pack and the Shield expansion pack, like if you had both versions. So that kind of sucks if you play both versions, but that doesn't affect that many people probably. So yeah, Isle of Armor in June. That's going to be the island area. That has some like dojo training and like fighting shit, and that has a fighting legendary that can evolve or change or something.
Yeah, I think it has 2 different types. It's two different types. I did read about it. like I said, my memory can be horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It seems pretty cool. Which,
Right.
anything I can
It,
get
it
from
looks
new
awesome.
Pokemon.
It looks like new Wild Area stuff, which the Wild Area is dope.
Yeah.
And that's probably my favorite part about Sword and Shield was that the Gigantamax gym battles are actually really fun
Yeah.
too. But
I didn't think, when I was first playing through Shield, I didn't think I would spend as much time in the Wild Area, and then like
wasted so much
further
time.
out, yeah,
man.
now I'm like, that's all I do. I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything. I mean, the only other thing I do is I run over to a little town off to the west, and I check in with that vendor. You have like a pearl or something, he buys it for an outrageous amount of money.
Oh
like
yeah,
the only reason I
that
leave
like
the Wild
desert
Area,
town, right?
Yeah,
that's
just to
right.
rake in
I
the
forgot
money.
about that guy. Shit, I need to do
Yeah,
that too.
yeah,
Yeah, because I remember he's like, I'll buy a string of pearls for whatever, and I was like, fuck, I don't have one of those.
all the time.
I got to pay attention to that now because I've been playing it a little bit more. We'll talk about that. The latest, so Isle of Armor is supposed to come out in June, and then there's a second expansion that just says fall right now. The Crown Tundra fall.
Well, I read another article that actually it didn't have a more. It said September, I think.
Did it?
As a more specific time frame.
Okay, maybe they narrowed it down after the direct, because this is just info from the direct that I wrote down.
So
hopefully, well, September's gonna be packed as shit then if that's coming out
Mm-hmm.
then. But the Crown Tundra, it adds that funky like deer legendary. It said its name, but I forgot to grab it. It's got the Triforces around its neck.
Yes.
The upside down Triforces,
Yes.
which have nothing to do with Zelda, but that's just a symbol. It's going to be winter, and then this is where all the legendaries come in.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a legendary wild area. Like that's kind of where my mind went.
One that has that new co-op mode specifically with the legendaries.
Yes.
It's like a Dynamax raid battle, right?
Yeah.
With legendaries.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they'll be rotating them maybe like once a week. I don't know how it works, but 200 plus Pokemon are going to be added that weren't in the Pokemon Sword and Shield because they didn't have your full decks, which so much drama about that. I don't really care. I mean, I'm excited about more Pokemon being added.
I think we should all just be grateful that there's new Pokemon stuff anyways, and they're kind of catching up with the times as far as instead of a new game, you have to buy a $60 game. Yeah, you just get a DLC, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot. I mean, there's new gyms, there's new
you have a new rival?
Yeah, like
did you go in and meet your new rival?
I haven't done anything.
Okay, because if you go in now and you go to a Pokedex, they're like, oh, I heard there's a really powerful Pokemon in this town. And then you get to see your new rival, and you have a dude, I think, with like a funky top
that
hat.
Fits.
And I had like a chick who I was also cool with. What else was I gonna say about the? Oh yeah, because the DLC way better than with like a third version.
Yeah,
because usually they'd release a third version like Crystal,
Platinum,
Platinum,
all that,
and all that shit, and it's like basically the same game with some added shit at the end.
Yeah,
like this is way more new content that you can just play right away with your current character and shit.
You don't have to do a whole new playthrough. It can be mundane. As fun as Pokemon is, you just
unless you really really loved it, like
me and Sapphire.
Whereas like
that for days.
I would go with like Crystal or something because I love Gold and Silver.
But... You're all wrong. Okay. No, actually, so the expansions in the new Pokemon, I get people are a little butthurt about, oh, you should have just given us the Pokemon. Like
they're just mad about the content.
Yeah, and I completely disagree. I mean, like I said, I think they're doing the right thing by leaving it as an expansion. They're, they gave us all the new Pokemon, and now it's like bring them back.
Well, and you can get them without paying. Like, let's say you can trade back to people. So, like, with all the new Pokemon they're adding, you can catch them in the expansion and then like trade them to people who don't have the expansion.
They're not going to be unavailable to you just because you didn't buy the new DLC.
The whole Dexit shit is.
I am super, super bummed out. They dropped a list of all the new Pokemon like that were listed.
Okay.
And I haven't seen Bagon, Salamence, Shelgon. Like I haven't. It's near and dear to my heart, and they're not on there. Gibble is, which bums me out.
Okay. I didn't actually look at a list.
Yeah.
I know Lugia's going to be there.
Yeah, well, in the
Lugia is like my favorite legendary.
The original legendary birds, the Galarian.
Oh yeah, the Galarian forms.
Can't wait.
They look dope as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's 46 legendaries so far from what I could find.
Yeah, there was a whole list.
Yeah, I looked at a list, but I just counted. I was like, I don't want to list them all off. But...
Bulbasaur, Squirtle, obviously.
And it looks like they had Gigantamax versions of Blastoise and Venusaur, right?
Yep.
So those will be in raids.
I mean, it's going to be great, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm so bummed out about my dragon.
I mean, there's already OP dragons in Sword and Shield.
True.
With like Dragapult, right?
Yeah, Dragapult. I mean,
Dragapult
I have a whole Pokebox full of Dreepies. Like people are trading them like crazy. If
They're
anybody
just
wants
like
to
loaded in Wonder Trade right now.
yeah, like anybody wants to trade me anything else, I'm done with Dreepies. Start throwing out some Coma O's and stuff like that.
Yeah, I need to help you finish your Pokedex, so that's bad.
Yeah.
That's the biggest stuff I have for news. Were there any other things that stuck out to you recently in the last
Yeah,
week or so?
actually, you know me, Lord of the Rings,
Oh,
big
yeah,
fan.
yeah.
The Gollum game.
That's gonna be next gen.
2021
Okay.
is when, I don't know how to pronounce the company, developer, whatever it is.
Yeah, because I didn't
Forgive
recognize
me.
the name. I remember reading the article.
Yeah, now I don't. Is it an Amazon company? Because I know Amazon's doing a lot of their own stuff. They're trying to get into gaming
Is it
a
Amazon?
little bit. I
Amazon
think
Games
so.
have been working on shit forever.
And that's what I think this might be.
I can find out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
because
but I'm really excited about it. I hope they crush it because we need something good for Lord of the Rings. Like I said.
yeah, and
Like
I
you-
loved like Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
The more recent one I didn't get into as much. You did though, right?
I did. Yes,
What the
I
fuck was it?
big fan.
It's not Shadow of Mordor because that's the first one.
Shadow of War.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what it
that's
was?
it.
Yeah. Seems like forever ago now. But the Gollum game, I think it's gonna be good. All
What
I
kind of a
want,
game is it? Have they said? Is it just like an adventure game?
I
Like
think
story? Because you're
so.
playing as Gollum, right?
yeah, from what I could tell,
Okay.
they have very few details. I just know it's coming. Can't wait. I think the TV show drops this year, so I would assume.
Does it drop this?
I
Oh
thought
yeah,
it
I
was
guess
this fall, 2020.
that would be sweet.
We're here now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I forgot. I was thinking it was 2019, and I was like, "There's not a lot of time left in the year." I don't think it's dropping, but yeah, New Year.
Other than that, no. Like that's the big one that I'm following. I'm trying to keep tabs on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a German video game developer.
Okay.
Daedalic Entertainment is teaming up with Middle Earth Enterprises. So, who
We'll
the fuck that
see.
is?
I feel like it's going to be good based on, like I said, the show's going to be right around,
And
this
where's the
fall
show
coming
set?
in.
Because the show sets before,
Way
right?
before,
Way
yeah,
before?
way before. Unless you're familiar with the lore and the books and stuff, as far as I can tell, you won't know a lot of the characters, and I think
Mhm.
it's going to be touchy doing that. Not to get off the gaming topic, into Lord of the Rings, but
Yeah, that's still we
People
can
are-
tangent. It's conversational. That's
they're
fine.
so used to the original trilogy, the Hobbit trilogy, that it's tough to backtrack and create a whole new world with characters people aren't familiar with.
Right. Yeah, and still capture that feel because everyone knows like
Ex-
the hobbits and the
Yeah.
wizards and the creatures and everything. So it's like I'm sure those will still be in there, right?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. You would know better than me.
Well, there's probably more. I mean, it was, kind of. I think there's going to be more of those mythical creatures, hobbits, dwarves, whatever, if you want to call them. But
Yeah.
the race of men was kind of taking over in the time period we're used to. So we'll see.
I don't know any games that this developer's made in the past. So we'll see. They've only been around since it says 2007 here, but it seemed like they laid off some people in 2016. That's not good, but okay. So they've made Edna and Harvey series. I think they were like point and click adventure games back in the early 2000s. Made some puzzle games. Deponia series, Dark Eye series. I don't know any of these things.
Yeah, I don't either. So,
But they've been making stuff that's been coming out.
Sounds like a big undertaking, though. Which
Yeah. I mean, maybe they hired on a lot of people. I don't know. We'll find out. I hope it's good.
yeah, we'll
So-
see. I don't know. Yeah, other than that, as far as news, that's kind of
Yeah, those were the
Best
biggest things
I
for
got.
sure.
Mhm.
Delays were the big. Oh, Sony released their PS5 logo. That was the whole big
yeah.
spiel. Looks just like PS4
Unexciting.
logo, but with a 5.
Yeah.
I
Which is
s-
fine. Consistency.
There were a lot
Yes.
of good memes about it, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
consistent.
Now,
They know what they're doing, so
So on the, we'll kind of bridge over this Lord of the Rings and new console stuff.
Mhm.
War in the North.
Oh, yeah.
My make a wish would be for them to revamp it and make a new one or whatever.
yeah.
Do you think that they'll bring more options to the new Xbox? Because you know how bad I want to play the game.
Yeah, well, right now they stopped their backwards compatibility list because they want to focus on the new console to make sure
Right.
everything that they have already that's backwards compatible works. I would think once the Series X and the other series, because they're supposed to release a lower end one, is the rumor at least. It's just going to
Okay.
be a whole line that once those are out and all good, that they'll probably start adding more backwards compatible ones and stuff.
I hope so.
I mean, I have it on Steam. We can stream it sometime.
True.
I just need to get another
I would.
controller
I
for my
love it.
computer.
So
So,
much. All right.
because I only ever played that like first level with you the one time,
Yeah.
which was fun. It's like a beat 'em up where you can rank up and shit.
Yeah.
And there's cool finishing moves, which is all I want in those games.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other news before we go back to like what we've been playing.
Um,
There was something Horizon Zero Dawn is rumored to go to PC,
really?
which would be a big first that a PS4 first party published game would go to PC. And I mean, it kind of makes sense to get people hyped because I feel like it's going to be an early PS5 game, a
Yes.
sequel, if not a launch title. I'm hoping it's launch.
Yeah, well, that's kind of goes hand in hand with what I was like about Sony, you know, backing up to when they're keeping hush hush, I think, for the most part. And I think that's why. I think they're going to announce a really big game
Yeah,
that we're not expecting, you know,
right.
that they, you know.
I feel like we're expecting Horizon though, right?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. But like, I think, you know, it's might be split down the middle. Like some people are like, no, it can't happen. It's not, you know, it's too soon. But
Yeah,
then again, I mean, I want it 'cause that's why I've got a PlayStation.
dude, Horizon's so good.
You
Yeah,
know,
love
so,
Horizon. I remember I'd pause for like what 6 months before I played the DLC, and the DLC is not easy. It just fucking punches your face in.
Yeah.
So I was getting wrecked for a solid like half hour before I remembered how to play that game. But the DLC is really good, and the
Yeah.
whole game is amazing.
Yeah.
So
Outstanding.
excited for a sequel for that. That has to be what's coming. I hope it's a launch title. I mean, obviously, I don't want them to rush it because
Yeah.
the first Horizon's amazing. But
I
yeah.
personally don't really know what else I would be looking forward to in a launch title. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a big sequel like that, or probably something new completely, like a new
True.
IP, something.
Again, that, you know,
It's gonna be
we don't know
fall.
anything
When the
about.
PS4 launched, there were a couple exclusive launch titles like Killzone Liberation. Was it Liberation? No, that's the
That's
PSP one. Killzone Shadowfall, which was good. It was good for a Killzone game, which Killzone games are up and down as far as quality goes. I don't know what other exclusives they had. Resogun was a digital exclusive. That was really good. But it's mostly anchored by like your Call of Duties and shit like that in the fall. And then like the first big exclusive to hit was in like March or February, and new Infamous came out, which was underwhelming compared to older Infamouses. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they have. I'm assuming they're gonna have a big one at least, like Horizon. This fall's gonna be packed as shit, and you can play your PS4 games on it. So who knows? God of War, I think, is too early.
Way too early.
Yeah, because God of War came out last year.
But then,
2 years ago now, I guess, a year and a half ago.
It's a good point to bring up by what I'm trying. You know, something in me is telling me that it's going to be a big surprise. It could be. I mean, what if they?
I mean, if they're using the same engine, and just making the specs better. Man, God of War was so fucking good.
I know.
That would blow my mind if they were ready with a sequel already.
True, but it's not unheard of.
Yeah, because they have assets and everything.
Yeah.
Who knows how long they were probably in pre-production on it before God of War was even done. So.
You know, so that would be nice. That would make my life complete.
Yeah. But I assume a God of War sequel and like a Spider-Man sequel will be in the first couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because those both came out a year and a half ago now, 2018. So,
yeah.
But Horizon was 2017. That's why I see that more.
Who knows? Maybe they'll revamp Anthem and drop it in its full functionality.
I mean, man, I tried to go back and play it a few months ago now, probably like 3 or 4, and it was just hard for me to play again. I don't know why. It's just so empty.
Yeah, and that's it. There's no depth to it.
Right.
You know,
it's fun to fly around.
It feels good.
Yeah,
you know, it just feels so good. But I want it to be more. You know, take some hints from like Skyrim, that open world, that customization, and throw it in there. And I know it's there's a lot into it already, but that game could be so.
It's just so barren, which is a bummer. They're supposed to be like, the rumor is that they're working hard on it and going to relaunch it at some point. But
because it's worth it. It's worth it to fucking work on it. Like it
sucks. BioWare's kind of ruined their reputation pretty hard. A lot of the good minds from BioWare are gone, but there's still good people.
Yeah,
obviously
they can come back. I mean, they can do it, and I hope. But like that, I mean, it could be something that they do with these new consoles. Drop it, announce it, and then revamp it. I mean, maybe that's what they need.
Yeah,
just that little extra.
Yeah, that would be nice. I want a game like that. I should try and get back into Destiny, just for like streaming sake. It would be good for streaming.
Yeah, so. I get so much news about Destiny 2 and updates and things people are saying about and doing with all these things, and
there's a big puzzle in it right now, I guess, that's fucking throwing people off. Yeah, big maze puzzle. I don't know.
Luckily, you can jump into it anytime, and like I love Destiny.
Destiny it's so fun to play. I still haven't finished Forsaken, so.
Oh yeah, Max and I crushed that.
You went to Xbox. You left me in the dust.
I mean, I couldn't. Well, Max didn't have anything at the time. That's true. You know, had to keep him floating.
I think you can cross progression now, but I don't own it on Xbox.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the big news we have from the past couple weeks that we want to talk about. We'll go into played recently. Like, what have you been playing?
a lot. I kind of bounced around a lot. Like,
Yeah.
how far back do we want to go? We want to just kind of cover 2019 since we're still fresh into 2020.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because a lot of good things came out last year.
Yeah. Obviously, with this being weekly, it'll be more condensed now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've never done the show before, so we'll talk about a bunch of it.
Do it. Just kind of quick touch on it. A lot. I mean, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'll start with that because I put a lot of time into that.
Yeah.
Still am.
Are you still? I thought you. Well, yeah.
There's still DLC that I didn't finish. Like I was keeping up to date for a while, especially through spring. But now I'm like, I played Spider-Man. Got a platinum on that because I couldn't stop.
Spider-Man's so good.
Yeah, loved it. A lot. I mean, I have it all written down, but Days Gone. Obviously, that bummed me out.
Oh yeah, I should get back to Days Gone. I started playing it only a few months ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got like Jedi Fallen Order that I fell off of it. It was fun. It's not like fantastic. It's very repetitive as far as a lot of the stuff you're doing, but it's fun. I played it late, so they fixed a lot of the bugs. I guess it was buggy early on, but I didn't play it till a month or two ago.
Horror for zombies, and I pre-ordered it. Super stoked for it. Played it for a few hours. One day, tried it again the next day. I just could not get into it. It just wasn't my style.
I've probably played it more than you then.
Yeah, definitely. I want to get back into it. I do. I want to give it more. I know it's a good game, in itself, but
I'm close to where I can like fight hordes and shit. Like I fought one horde unintentionally and beat it, but I was able to kind of kite them around and blow a lot of them up while they were sleeping.
Yeah,
because they were just in a cave.
And I just kept like getting myself trapped and screwing myself over, and like I like to run up in there.
Yeah, you can't do that,
damage,
especially early on.
I'm not good at that whole stealth thing, So
yeah, you have to be stealthy because I'm really stealthy in it. It's fun. I've been digging the stealth, and I usually don't, but recently in every game I've been enjoying the stealth. So
not me. Too antsy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to think back. There really was so many games last year. Rage 2, which I feel like I had a hand in helping talk you into playing.
Yeah, Rage 2 is really fun. I never finished it. I played it a bunch.
Yeah.
But it was super fun, especially once you start to get powers and like super powerful.
Yeah, and
it's fun to just go and kill shit.
Yeah. And in cool ways. It was like it was a nice cross between like, you took a bunch of gaming concepts. I feel like Borderlands, kind of a little bit of open world looting, Skyrim style, a lot to loot kind of thing, and you have to hunt for it, which is nice.
Yeah, especially getting your upgrades, like those upgrade canisters or whatever they were called. I don't even remember. But the machines, you go in and you get these upgrades to yourself, or you get a gun. Arcs, that's it. That was fun, and they were super protected, but I honestly was skipping through more story shit, like conversations. I honestly don't remember what that game's about, but I'm like, I just want to go shoot more shit.
It is, and I loved the shotgun. I mean, I loved all of it, and actually, I usually run through story stuff, but I actually liked it, especially whatever you want to call him, the doctor, professor that was up in the
tower,
north tower, where the old creepy guy with his creepy little whatever monster friend. I loved it. I did. I really liked some of the stories. I liked the characters. I had read that a lot of people complained about the character development, and they didn't like. I mean,
it was fine.
Some of it,
like the big three people, because you have those three faction whatevers that you have to up your skill. Those like big three, those guys are all cool.
Yeah.
Everything else I don't care about.
Yeah, it was the depth wasn't there for a lot of it, but
the people running that like Circle of Slaughter thing they had, those people were funny. Yeah, and that was fun.
But yeah, all in all, like that game was one of my top 3 from last year.
Yeah,
I'd have to say. I did restart it. I just jumped into other stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my biggest game from last year, I actually just played recently, was Fallen Order. I feel that's my favorite game from last year. It's a Star Wars game, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It's so fun. I'm mad that it's over and there's no New Game Plus. But I can lend it to you then, so you can play it.
Yeah.
But man, it's so fun. Like the combat, it's kind of like Dark Souls light. It plays a lot like Dark Souls and like Sekiro, where you're parrying and blocking, and then if you die, you lose your upgrade points. You have to go get them back, that kind of thing. But it's not as hard. Like it's more forgiving than that.
Okay.
Like it took me a little bit. I was getting pounded a bit, and it taunts you with tougher enemies early on that you are not supposed to fight that early. Like you'll get to the first planet, and there's this frog boss. You could maybe beat it, but I just left. I'm like, I can't do it. I died like 5 times, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing it right now.
Is that the one I saw you play? You were trying to get back to it at one point. I was over here.
Probably, yeah.
I think you showed me that, which, like I said, going back to how I like to run in and just fuck shit up.
Yeah,
and
you can't do
that'll
that
be
right
my
away.
downfall.
Later on, once you upgrade your powers and you get more force powers, it makes these enemies easier to deal with because you can
Sweet.
exploit their weaknesses. Because these frogs have a tongue that you can pull and wreck. You can't do that till later though. So
Yeah.
when you first get there, you don't have shit. You have like force slow.
Well, I'm
That's
excited
it.
to play it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I hope you like it even like kind of as much as I did.
Did you platinum it?
Yes, I did.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
The only annoying platinum was there's one where you have to like blow up 25 people with explosives, and there are stormtroopers that shoot rockets, and I would
Okay.
just force push, and it would blow up on them, but that doesn't count towards the trophy.
Oh,
You have to force pull it and grab it, and then shoot it.
oh, good
Which-
to know. Thanks for
yeah,
the heads
you're
up.
welcome.
I'll start that one early.
So I had to
then.
grind that out. It only took like 15 minutes, but I was still like, motherfucker.
Damn. Sweet. Well, I guess that's a challenge accepted because in exchange for borrowing Fallen Order, you can have control, and
Yeah.
I platinumed that.
Which that's another one that's been up in Game of the Year talks. You loved
is
it, I'm
so
assuming.
good. It
I'm excited
really.
to play it.
I don't even know where to begin with that game. It kind of just throws you right into it. Like when I started it, it was like right off the
Mhm.
bat, you walk into the building and the game starts.
Okay.
It is trippy,
I mean,
It
I'm into
is
that though.
wild. My one point and tip for you is look for everything and look at everything.
Okay.
If you see,
I like to do that. I like to roam and explore. So
yeah, but I mean, like if you see an opening in a wall that's way out of your reach,
yeah, there's something.
there's a
there.
way to get to
Okay.
it. You know,
Okay.
and
Sweet.
there's a lot of backtracking, but the trick with that is
Is-
a lot of it changes. So like you might run through and then you
Oh.
have to go back to the area again, but it might look completely different.
Oh
You just
shit.
won't know it.
Okay.
There's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, there's points in time where like you're just walking and then all of a sudden you're
That's cool.
Um,
So is the backtracking kind of like where stuff's gated until you get these different powers? Is it kind
Oh
of like
yeah,
that?
there is some of that.
Okay. There's some of that in Star Wars too.
Yeah, like you can go places, you can't. You need certain powers to get certain places.
Yeah.
The one trophy, speaking of, getting platinum, the one that
Yeah.
I think really drove me crazy was there's hidden rooms.
Okay.
And you have to find the hidden rooms.
Okay.
And it is tough. I didn't realize it. I thought I was doing good finding them.
Mhm.
And then when I actually like finished the game and I'm like, man, how do I get this trophy? And I looked at it, I was like, oh man, I missed half of them.
Oh shit. Okay.
So it's
Is
cool.
it? Can you go back and get them? Are any of the trophies?
Yeah, no, you
missable?
can go back
Okay.
to everything,
Sweet.
everywhere. The powers really make you like you just.
That's sweet. That's what I've heard.
It's great.
Yeah, I've heard a lot with avoiding spoilers about that game because that's been up there in Game of the Year talk and stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's good. There are some tough bosses. Nothing.
I've heard there's some difficulty spikes, but
Yeah. There was one of them. I died like 8 times. I shut the game down for a day and had to come back to it the next day. But it's great. It really is well worth it. Something new. I feel like
yeah, that's good. And I like Remedy. They've made like Alan Wake, the Max Payne games are where they got their big start.
Yeah.
So they make third-person action games. Quantum Break, I still haven't played a lot of. That was an Xbox
I've
One
never
exclusive.
touched it.
It's on Game Pass. I started it, but it's broken up by like TV episodes
Okay.
because it's when Xbox is pushing their whole entertainment system thing. And like I want to watch them, but then you can't stream them anymore, so you have to download them. So I was playing the first part, and once I hit the first episode, it's like you got to download like 70 gigs of video, and I'm like, well, that's the last time I played it.
About that, not happening.
Yeah, because I downloaded it, but it took obviously not right away. So I
Yeah.
just haven't went back to it. That was only
Yeah.
a few months ago, but yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to think if I played any other big like Game of the Year stuff. Not really. Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds were in nominations. I
Yeah.
played Outer Worlds. I never finished it. You
I
finished
did.
it, right?
Yeah, I ran through it. I loved it. I
Yeah.
want to go back. I want to go back to a lot of these games, but I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many that I want to play that I have to keep moving. As I sit and play Skyrim. For
Yeah, I
the
was like,
100th
speaking
time,
of going back,
for
we've
weeks.
both been also playing Skyrim
Yeah,
again.
actually, me, you, my brother, and Isabel. We're
Yeah.
all playing.
Oh, Max is
Skyrim
playing
right
it too?
now. Yeah, he hasn't been able to put it down. He played Sword, and then he played Let's Go Eevee,
Okay.
and then he on his Switch, so he bought Skyrim for it.
Yeah.
And now he's been playing it. He's like, I just can't put it
Nice.
down. Like, I know how it feels.
It's so good.
So
I installed some mods for the first time. I'm playing on PS4, so my mods are limited because they can only use assets in the game, so they can't
Yeah.
like add new art or anything like that. But I've done some, so I like level up quicker. I find better treasure. So basically, to expedite my process to getting strong as shit, which is what I want.
Yeah, which I'm not doing. Trying to get some trophies. A little tough. Not getting as far as I want. But
Yeah, I think I only got like 24% of the trophies playing through the game
yeah,
on
I
my
think I'm at 34.
normal playthrough.
I haven't done like any of the main storyline.
Okay.
Like no Imperial stuff, no Stormcloak stuff.
I never did any of that even yet.
Yeah, see,
I just did the main Alduin
Oh,
storyline.
I haven't done that. I've
Okay.
done nothing. I'm in the middle of the Lord Harkin Vampire Lord stuff,
Okay.
which is cool. It's my first time.
I never did any of the DLC. So
it's awesome.
is
Like
it?
it's all new to me. Like I really like it. Like I said, I played it so many times, but now that I'm actually doing,
We're playing this almost 8-year-old game.
yeah, and it's incredible.
Yeah, or not almost 9-year-old game. Yeah, because it came out. I only remember it came out because it was 11, 11, 11. It's the only reason I remember when it came out.
But yeah, Borderlands 3. I mean,
oh yeah, shit, we didn't talk about Borderlands. Fuck, have you played the DLC yet?
No,
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
Kool-Aid's currently playing Borderlands. I need to hop on with him.
Man. Yeah, I think I'm waiting because I think it's going to be bittersweet. Like, I don't know what they're doing next. I don't know how long they're going to keep it up. It's such a fantastic game.
They seem to be adding stuff. They do like these free event things every month or so, and then I think the DLC is probably going to come out like every 3 months.
I hope so. So
I guess.
Aren't they doing like a loot farming thing right now, or something? They revamped it. And
yeah, there's something happening, and they added another mayhem difficulty, like mayhem 4.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure my character isn't as OP as she was because I know they tweaked some of Moses' skills, which kind of pissed me off. But whatever.
Oh well. At least it's there.
Right.
Overall, a fantastic game. That's why.
Yeah, it's just more Borderlands, which I love. Yeah. It's a lot of quality of life improvements. The humor's still there. I did not think the Calypso twins were as cool of a villain. We'll not talk spoilers because I think Kool-Aid is watching. So, and I guess we probably don't want to spoil things for other people.
Try not to. It was great though. That was one of the top 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, for last
that
year.
was a game that I was just constantly playing until I was done with it. And even then I started playing more and getting, they're not Paragon levels, but they're like Paragon levels in Diablo where you just keep getting skill points for this other skill tree. I forget what they're called, but
no, I like I said, like I want to do the DLC. I'm just not ready to do it, beat it, and then feel like, I can run around for a certain amount of time, but then it gets boring.
I still have to get. Did you get the platinum in it?
No.
I think I'm close. I think all I have to do is like the Circles of Slaughter. I thought you did.
Maybe I did. Yeah, I remember running through it, and I remember I didn't want pointers because that one whatchamacallit, you had to do the things. There's like an alien guarding the gate
yeah, yeah, shit, yeah, because I have to do those and the Circles of Slaughter, and I was like, I don't want to do these by myself. So like the trials is out there.
The trials, maybe
trials of something. There's like 3 of them.
Did I get a platinum? I don't know. I'll have to check.
I thought you did. Because I think those are the only trophies I need are the Circles of Slaughter and then those trial whatevers. Well, there's one for completing all the side quests, which I don't know. Is there like a stupid raid boss side quest? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't think there was.
I remember that when you have to like deliver the burgers and it keeps dropping as a quest. I kept doing it, not knowing how many times I had to do it to make it go away, but it doesn't go away.
It's just a repeatable quest. Yeah. I think you just have to do it once to count it towards the complete all side quests.
Wasted a little bit of my life.
I think I still need to explore every area. So I think I've missed some nooks and crannies in a couple of the maps because I know that's a quest. I've gotten some of them, but
Max was doing that, exploring stuff, and he kept asking me like, "What am I missing?" He actually, I think, got the 100% before I did because he's probably more of a Borderlands freak than we are. He's just quiet about it.
Yeah.
So
hiding in his offline mode, not playing Borderlands with people.
Yeah, all the time.
Like a loser.
Yeah, kind of a dick, but whatever.
All right, what else have I been playing? I've been playing Witcher 1 on stream. I don't know if I'm going back or not. The combat is fine. The reason I would want to go is to just do more of the story because like the characters are still cool and everything.
Yeah.
It's a little more granular as far as the grind goes. It's not as fun to play as Witcher 3 at all. It's like I might just start Witcher 2 because I think that combat's better. Not as good as Witcher 3 yet, but like I can play with a controller. This one's more of a rhythm based, like you click, like there's just a sword icon that's on fire. You click when it goes on fire, and then Geralt is doing his attacks, it lights up again, then you click again. I don't know.
I'm not into that.
It's not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah. Everything's come such a long way, it's hard to deal with that. I couldn't deal with that.
So I might skip the rest of it and just read some cliff notes on it and go to Witcher 2.
Yeah,
not that you need to know because I hopped in and played Witcher 3 a bunch.
Yeah, that's all I played. I don't know anything about the original.
Yeah, I've been reading some of the first book. That's good.
Sweet.
I restarted Sekiro last night. I don't know if I'm gonna keep playing it because it's hard.
See, and
I think I'm gonna try a little bit more, but man, I'm not good at the constant. The worst thing I'm at is you have to time it. So in like Star Wars, you can do parries, which are really important. Especially there are certain enemies that'll be bitch, but you can parry them and then instant kill them. So just remember
Good to
that.
know.
Especially the spiders, they'll attack once you parry it, and then they're open to a death blow, which is fucking badass.
Sweet.
But in Sekiro, you have to deflect right as it hits. Whereas in Star Wars, you're parrying right before it hits, so you have a little more of a window. Great. Sekiro, you have like no fucking window, and I'm fine with just like an occasional parry, but you have to do rapid fire parries. Like they'll attack you, they'll attack a parry. You have to do it like 3 times, and then they'll be open. And man, that is the thing I'm the worst at.
Not into that.
I'm not good at much, but that is what I'm the worst at. So I don't know. We'll see. I've been trying to practice. You can practice against this person who's just can't die basically, and they don't hurt you, so you can just keep trying and getting better without having to die and take those death penalties, basically, like losing skill points and stuff like that. Not losing skill points, but you lose your currency and your experience up to the next skill point.
Yeah, that's all you. I would have given up a long time
It's won so many Game of the Year awards, and so many people love it. Like, you just gotta grind through it, and like I've played games like that before where I have, and then it's awesome. Like Bloodborne is one of my favorite games of last gen.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know. It's also harder because you can't play it like the old From Software games. You have to relearn it. So if you've played like Bloodborne's and Dark Souls, which I have, it's harder to get good at because you have to unlearn your habits from those games. You have to be more aggressive. Whereas in those, I'm just like dodging and dipping and then going in. Whereas this, you can't. You have to be aggressive.
Not my style.
So I don't know. We'll see how long I stick with that. I'm in limbo with what I want to play right now since I finished Fallen Order, because man, Fallen Order is awesome. But I have Control now, so I will probably stop playing Sekiro and play Control.
So good. I'm in the same boat. Like, you know, I dabble in Pokemon every couple days. You know, I just go to Wild Air. I'm trying to get my Pokedex, which
I hopped into that last week for the first time in forever and it took me like an hour and a half to get fucking Stony Owner.
I really
Jesus
appreciate
Christ.
it, though. Like,
fuck.
I need it. I'm so close. I'm like, like 8 Pokemon away from a full Pokedex. I just want that shiny charm. Not that it's going to matter, because I feel like I'm never, like, all my years of playing Pokemon, I've never come across a shiny.
Yeah, the shiny charm helps a lot, I guess. So.
It does. I was just reading
I want to get it before the expansions come out, so I need to get like 100 Pokemon.
I have a lot lot of them, obviously. Okay. I mean, I can get
even if we can cheese it and trade back and forth.
Yeah, just that's fine with me.
Full out. Okay.
But yeah, like, so I actually jumped into my friend Pedro.
Oh yeah,
big fan.
Is it? That's on Game Pass, right?
Yes, it is really fun. I'm not usually into that kind of game. What?
Kool-Aid saw me fucking struggling for Stony Owner.
Is he a legendary or is he a pseudo-legendary?
He's not a legendary. I think he's pseudo-legendary. Because you can breed him. But yeah, my friend Pedro looked awesome. I still haven't played it.
It's really fun. You know, like I was saying, I really don't get into games like that too often, but I jumped into it. And then, like, next thing I know, like 3.5 hours later, I was like, "Oh, damn!
Shit!
Holy crap!
So
I like
you
this."
lose track of time.
Going.
It looks stylish and funny, and bloody, which I'm all about. All of those things.
And it's not super difficult. You know, like once you kind of get the hang of the controls.
Yeah, because it's a lot of bullet time, and then you're moving both arms.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like you can. Yeah, it's crazy. They really did a good job.
I'll check it out.
One of those you can just jump in and out of.
Okay.
You know, so I don't really consider it like, I'm gonna jump through it and get this whole game out of the way.
Yeah, and I haven't looked at Game Pass yet, or not yet. I haven't looked at it in like a month. So
speaking of, thanks for the reminder, Game Pass. I played through and finished Gears 5.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Blew my mind because I don't actually give a shit about those games.
Well, you said you didn't really like it, even, but you're like, I'm close to finishing it.
You know, no offense to the fans of it.
I love
I've
Gears.
Never been a big fan. I played 1, I played 2. I just never really got into them. Never really cared to follow.
I played 1 way back in the day when it launched on one of my friends' Xboxes because I didn't have an Xbox, and I really liked it. Played the Ultimate Edition and then Gears 4. I've played Gears 2 as well. I haven't played 3.
Yeah, see, I dropped off after 2, but I liked it. I did. I liked the story. I thought there was some nice.
Because you're playing as Kate more in this one, right?
Yeah, you start off as someone else.
You start off as
JD,
jump
over.
I think.
It's a couple things. I won't drop any spoilers. A couple things that I wish they would have done differently, just for my personal satisfaction. Okay. You know, there was a little something in there that they should have played more into.
Okay.
But it was good overall. I liked it. Not a super long game.
Yeah, I played the first act in like a day or two, and I think there's 3 acts.
Yeah,
because it came out like 3 days before Borderlands 3. So I'm like
3 acts or 5 maybe, because I remember reading the chapters because I was ready to be done.
I played until you start playing as Kate and you go to that village.
Yeah,
and you meet up with the village leader, and then it was nighttime and Borderlands launched like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
So I haven't been back.
It's good. It's worth it. You know, coming from me who doesn't actually follow that much. It was worth it. I did.
Yeah, and you played it solo, right? Like you didn't play co-op at all?
No, just ran through it. I don't even know why. Like, I don't even know why the fuck
I was surprised you told me you were playing. I was like, oh shit.
I was kind of just in limbo. Finished Pokemon, didn't have anywhere to go. So.
Yeah. Everything else. I played Astral Chain some on Switch. I got that for Christmas. It's fun. It's a Platinum Action Games. They made like Bayonetta and like the DMC reboot Nier Automata, which was a lot of people's game of the year a few years ago. It's fun, but the pacing is weird. It's a lot of like in the police station at first, and I was like, this was right after I started my job, so I'm like falling asleep playing this game because I was playing it in handheld and had GDQ on, and I've gotten through that grind, and like the combat's really fun, and there is some detective stuff which I actually thought was cool. So like you go to these crime scenes, and the story is fucking wild as shit. It's basically there's these monsters from another dimension that have taken over the world. So your society built basically a place to live in the sky, and that prevented it for a few years, but now they're also invading up there.
Cool.
So you've been able to take control of these monsters that you're chained to, and then you use them with monster around who auto attacks, and you're moving different ways to attack. But it's fun because like enemies will gear up to charge, and you can split, and they'll charge into your train, and you'll fucking launch them, and then you can go beat the shit out of them.
Cool.
So the combat's really fun. The pacing's just been kind of slow. So
I'll put that on my list.
I want to grind that a little more, and I have a physical version of it too, so
cool.
I can lend it to you at some point.
But. Yeah, because I don't, I mean, I played a lot, but I don't really have. Oh well, I could always get back into Fallout 76 again. Try to.
Yeah, I couldn't get into that. I've tried it. I don't know. I think I'll try it. The next time I'll try it is whenever they release their story stuff.
Yeah.
The NPC pack that got delayed that was supposed to come out in the fall, winter.
Well, because I picked that up. I like it, but I just not enough to keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not as fun as a traditional Fallout.
And that's where, so I remember talking about that. So I think on Game Pass I downloaded Fallout 4.
Yeah, I know Fallout 4 is on there.
And I jumped into that.
I think 4 and New Vegas are on there.
Yeah. And I just still couldn't, usually I get into games like that, but I
Fallout 4 is the weakest of like Fallout 3, New Vegas 4, which I still haven't played a ton of New Vegas. I need to go play that.
Yeah.
Because people like that one the most. That's the one like our friend Dylan loves the most.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do, and it's not even made by Bethesda. It's made by Obsidian.
Maybe I'll try and check that out instead then.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you have anything else played recently? Random fun facts about games.
Fun facts about games? No, but we didn't talk about the announcement of, well, not necessarily an announcement, but new Switch models.
Oh yeah, they're rumored, right?
Do you think it's going to be a console, or do you think it's just going to be a new update? Because I know, they just did that update. Or do you think it's going to be like a whole new full console?
I think it'll be a whole new console.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to come this year. It would be weird to come like next. I mean, unless they want to take some heat from like PS5 and Series X, but Nintendo's been launching new consoles in the spring.
Yeah.
The only reason they launched the Lite was, I think, for Pokemon.
Yeah.
To get kids and like more Switches in the household and that kind of thing. But I don't know. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be like a next gen Nintendo console, whereas they're going to have exclusive games for it.
Right.
I don't think that's going to be the case yet. It's too early for that.
It'll
just be like a beefier version,
a better
of
build.
it. Yeah, more consistent frame rate for games like Breath of the Wild, where it chugs a little when you're playing on TV sometimes. But
which, speaking of Breath of the Wild, I finally downloaded the DLC.
Yeah,
finally.
I never played any of that.
Pre-ordering the Pokemon DLC, and Breath of the Wild DLC popped up, and I was like, all right, screw it. So since I'm balls deep in Skyrim, I actually think once I get home today, I might do the Breath of the Wild, trying to talk Max into playing.
Oh, he needs to play it. It's
so
good.
I know. And he's young, so he's never really done the Zelda. Grew up on that.
Well, you hadn't really played Zelda either, right?
No, I've dabbled. Minish Cap was my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I've played fucking all of them, so
yeah.
Which is an insane amount.
Didn't you? What's the one? Link's Awakening? Didn't you pick that up?
Yeah, Link's Awakening is really good. I never finished it still. I mean, I finished it on Game Boy back in the day because it's a remake of a Game Boy Color game.
You have a physical of that?
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna have to snatch that.
Yeah, if you want to borrow it, go for it.
I'll have to get caught up first. I apparently have a bigger list than I thought because I actually, I don't know how many people actually know about this game, but Elex.
Oh, that one? Shit. I forgot about Elex.
I want to jump back into it. I think about it all the time.
I don't think a lot of people know what that is.
I know.
It's a big open role-playing game, right?
Huge, yeah, and like
the initial difficulty is what turned a lot of people off, right?
Because you have to earn your keep, essentially.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know?
don't you just have to run from fights?
Yeah, I
Right?
was like trying to do stuff like I usually do, run in
Yeah.
and fuck shit up, but nope, you got to earn it. It's huge. It's a lot to do, and I think it's going to be really good.
The world seemed cool. I watched you play it for like a half an hour one day.
Yeah, so that one.
Didn't you? Well, you had been looking at it, and I found the collector's edition for what, like $30 or
Yeah.
something.
Picked it up. Worth it. Just got to play it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's. I'm sure they've updated it some since you played it last too,
Yeah.
right? Because they were actually being good about updates, which was nice.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I have time for a game like that right now.
No, well, now that
Well,
we
I
got
mean, now that
Skyrim-
everything's fucking delayed,
you got all spring. What are you talking about?
yeah, Animal Crossing and Final Fantasy are like my only big spring
Yeah.
games that I want. There's other ones coming out, like people are hyped for the new Ori and the Will of the Wisps or whatever.
Yeah, that's one that I've been meaning to play, but
The Blind Forest I played some.
Mhm.
It's a tougher platformer, like Metroidvania style game, but it's fun. I don't know. I never finished it. The art style is amazing. The game's beautiful, and so is the soundtrack. But,
yeah, I don't know. I think that's
all we got for today.
Yeah.
We don't really have any other questions in the chat. So, where can people find you? Do you want to pimp anything right away today? I know it's first episode.
What do you mean find me?
Like,
Where
do you
wanna
have
look
a
for me?
Twitter or an Instagram you want
Oh,
people
man.
to look at?
I mean, I have an Instagram. It's mostly pictures of me and my dog, though. I believe you can find me at
I think you're Dark Siren.
that
or are
might-
you Hip Hop
I'm-
Misfit?
Hip Hop Misfit
Okay.
89 on Instagram. I'm
Okay.
Dark Siren 89 everywhere else in the world. And it's Siren with a Y. Just saying.
Okay. I'm gonna tinker with video editing for the first time after this, so I can maybe try and put it up if I figure
Sweet.
it out.
Yeah, do it up.
It might look like shit, but we'll get there.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Twitch account, twitch.tv/Laird Brandon. We're gonna do this live every Sunday around 10 is the plan for right now. My plan is to get it up on YouTube. It might just be a raw upload tomorrow if I can figure out video editing enough, which I should be able to. There's some easy programs. I've been doing some research. But
Got to start
yeah,
somewhere.
we'll put it up on YouTube. I think my YouTube is Laird Brandon. You'll find out. I'll tell you. Twitter is LRD Brandon because Laird Brandon is taken everywhere
Weird.
except for like a couple places, but I like my Twitch being that. So
Yeah. Sweet.
that's what we got for this week. Thanks for watching Brandon and Ryan Game Talk.
That's what's up.